A good morning to all you Brewsters out there. I'm Mix Bustos and welcome to season 2 of Brewed Awakening. A successful business or team starts with good leadership. Multi-titled PBA and former national squad champion coach Vincent Chot Reyes will be on our next episode to talk about mentoring some of the country's top CEOs and turning work from home to work from heart. Get that much needed kickstart to your week only here on Brewed Awakening. For our first episode in our new season, we are very honored to have with us one of the most respected men in the basketball coaching scene. Aside from winning several PBA titles and making history with Gilas Pilipinas, Vincent Chot Reyes also serves as a leadership guru to some of the country's top businessmen. And Coach Chot now joins us on the program. And of course, if I may add, he is the newest head coach of TNT Tropang Giga. Coach Chot, good morning.
Good morning, Migs. Morning to all the listeners and the viewers.
All right, Coach Chot, thank you for joining us right here on Brood Awakening Season 2. We're starting it off with a bang, of course, with Coach Chot Reyes. I just have to get this out of the way. I don't know if you would call it newest or new because you are a returning head coach. For Tropang Giga, Coach Chot, for our viewers, can you tell us how did this all happen?
Well, it was just out of the blue one Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, actually. I just received a call from the chairman, Mr. MVP, and we've never really lost touch. We've always been calling, texting each other, kumustahan, and it's not necessarily about basketball, but about different things. We talk about the economy, we talk about business, politics, and everything else. And so I thought it was the same, one of our regular kumustahan calls and sessions. And but towards the end, he dropped the question and he asked me if I wanted to come back to Coach Talk TNT. And I was so surprised. I literally asked for a few days to think about it. I said, "Boss, this is completely unexpected. So you need to give me a few days." Yeah. Take a few days to think about it. So that's how it happened. And the first thing I said, how is Mark? How's Mark Deagle? Because I really like Mark. We get along pretty well, and so I said they had plans for Mark, but I asked if he could stay, if ever that to continue as a consultant, and they agreed. So I said sure, fine. I had it was more. I was looking forward to working really with Coach Dixon.
What are your thoughts, Coach, now that you've accepted the role, accepted the job that sent shockwaves in the sports industry that you are returning as a head coach for a while now? What was the thought process like? Para sige, I'll do this. I'll do this for MVP. I'll do this for the team.
Yeah. First of all, obviously, I had to seek the advice and the thinking of my family, my wife Cherry, my kids, and we kind of have settled into a very good rhythm now with life outside of professional basketball coaching, with Coach Com, with the things I'm doing in the executive business and coaching field. But in the end, I've always believed in passion and purpose. I've always lived my life with on those two principles, really. And as you know, my entire life, my passion has always been coaching and building teams, whether in sports or in the corporate world. And then I think we talked about this already before. My purpose with my executive coaching and business coaching practice is to help develop the next generation of Filipino leader. And I feel that purpose can be served better and advanced more by being on the platform that the PBA provides, on the big platforms such as the PBA. So In the end, I was thinking, there's a lot of stress, pressure, there's risk in taking the job. But my question is this does this fit right into my sweet spot of passion and purpose? And when the answers to those two questions were yes, then I said, yeah, might as well. I decided to go back into the hot seat, as it were, ika nga. So that was the thought process.
I know, coach, that things may be premature now. Wala pang masyadong developments. Of course, we're waiting for the next season. It may still be too early to tell what your next steps would be. But just for the sake of asking this, and of course, I have to ask you this: what can you tell us? What are the developments now that you have encountered? Whether maybe you've met with the team, etc., or maybe what are your
Uh,
plans for the team?
Still very early days. We're focused on my team, on the team first, on the players that we have. We're not even looking at, who can we get, who can we draft. First of all, we don't have a draft pick in the first or second rounds, so our focus is to get everyone back in the expired contracts, and other things that are, on the periphery of putting a team together. The players are still on breaks. For example, Pogoy and R. Pogoy and Troy Rosario just came off the Gilas bubble when it got canceled, right? So we had to give them a few days off. And David Semerad just got married in Australia. So people are not yet, not everyone is back in. So we're still in that process of making sure those who need to get breaks, get their breaks, get rested. Those who got off-season injury, surgery, minor therapy, whatever, they're all getting taken care of. And those who are healthy, they're practicing. They're doing their individual workouts every day with Coach Josh and Coach Bong Rovena. So yun pa lang. Like I said, it's very early days, but we're in the what I'd like to call the first few steps, the baby steps of putting a team together. And you know how I think I always my objective is to assemble teams, not only to assemble a group of talented players, but we want to build teams. So we're in the very early days of that.
All right, so coach, just gonna give a quick shout out and quick good morning to Julian Lapid and Ran Moraleda. They say congrats, Coach Shot, and welcome back to TNT. Now, Coach Shot, I
Thank
know we
you.
really want to focus, of course, on basketball coaching alone in this episode of Brood Awakening because you have done so much. You have done so much for CoachCom in migrating to the online world, especially during 2020. Can you tell us more of your realizations and your all of your efforts, especially as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, as an executive coach, especially when migrating online?
Um, so many realizations and so many learnings. The first really is to always, and I'm a big believer. I constantly preach agility, to always be ready. I preach future fit. You cannot. I always say I don't know if we can future proof ourselves because we cannot predict the future, but we can prepare for the future, and that's the essence of being future fit. And that was really tested with suddenly the pandemic coming around. Where I was very satisfied with our ability to pivot and to recognize what the market was looking for and address those needs. Coachcom had, like everyone, we suffered through the downturn in revenue of March and April, but I took the time to take a lot of my certifications, learning courses, completed a lot of courses. I think over the past year, I've taken an additional 5 or 6 certifications in the executive business coaching, team coaching fields. So I took the time, invested resources, effort, and time to get all of those, so that when I got back up and spoke to my clients, we had a lot more to offer. And it showed in the kind of business that we generated in the second half of 2020. So the targets that we had set for ourselves at the beginning of 2020, we essentially hit them in by the end of the year of 2020, just because of how good the third and fourth quarters were. And then we started this year very, very strong with Coach Com. We were, very busy both in the corporate speaking engagements, as well as the leadership development and workshops, and the team. Our team model is really gaining a lot of ground. I just finished my certification with the 16 conditions model, and we start with an assessment, and then we really teach a step-by-step model on how to build your teams. And I think we're one of the very few in the country who really teaches executives ganito, as in literally ito step 1, and then ito step 2, and then ito step 3. So that's the path that we had built for 2021. So like I said, we were very happy with the pivot. So that the learning is your ability to prepare yourself constantly for whatever happens. The second thing is to keep your wits around you, not to lose your head. When crisis strikes, you have to make sure that you have the calmness and the wherewithal to just step back and not to panic. And I talk to the leaders that I work with all the time. So those were the learnings. Those were the things that we saw for that really worked in 2020. So always just constantly being ready, being agile, being future fit, and that includes everything else that we talk about. And now 2021, as we're slowly emerging from the pandemic and all that, now a lot of companies are really focused on building their teams, strengthening what they have now in this environment, in the work from home environment. That's why sinabi ko nga, how can we transform work from home into work from heart? So, kasi this is really going to be a reality that we're going to face. A lot of companies that we're working with, they are really very few are going to go back to a full office setup. A lot of them are going to have either fully remote or hybrid. So, ito na yung next phase. How can we help companies in this work from home setup?
Coach Shot, can you expound more on, you mentioned it earlier, work from home and work from heart? Diba? There is, kumbaga, there is a realization to that. Hindi ka lang basta
Yeah.
work from home, but also you're taking into heart what you
Yes.
are now.
Well, it came from a question that was asked in one of my seminars or workshops, or one of the talks that I gave. Sabi nung Coach, how can we trust our people in this remote environment? How do we know that when they turn the cameras off after the Zoom meeting, that hindi sila nagbubulakbol, that they're really actually working? And inisip ko talaga yung sagot. And then I realized, sabi ko, we can't. Maski anong gawin natin, even if you install 5 cameras in their house, even if you have the latest tracking devices, we really can't be sure that our people are working every minute of the day na hindi sila nagbubulakbol if they're working from home. So, it's a useless question. Sabi ko, why don't you ask yourself a better question? Why don't you ask, what can I do as a leader to improve my people's trust in me? Because the more my people trust me, the more engaged they will be, and therefore they will be more productive. So yun ang naisip ko. So instead of thinking about this work from home, can I trust my people? Then just think about work from heart. What can I do as a leader so that I can coach my people? What does it mean to work from heart? Okay, ano ba yung heart of a leader? Ano ba yung kailangan kong gawin as whether an employee or an executive working from home, so that I can continue working from heart, and yun na importante. So sabi ko, kailangan sa mga tao mo, kailangan nasa puso nila yung trabaho nila, di ba? Kung hindi, they will always find ways. They will always find ways to game the system. Tayo pa, mga Pinoy, galing natin, makabilidad tayo sa ganyan, di ba? Di ba? So isipin mo na lang, sabi ko sa leaders, isipin mo na lang, what can you do as a leader so that your people will trust you? Because the more they trust you, then the more they will give to you. And there's a lot of research that has proven that a lot of companies, the productivity of their employees and engagement has actually increased in the work from home setup. Obviously, hindi lahat. Some industries, they really need to be physically present. Some industries really need sometimes papasok, sometimes in the hybrid. But there's a lot of studies that have already come out that have proven the productivity of work from home. So that's what I mean. It is possible. But you have to understand how to make your people work from heart.
Hmm. Coach Shot, now in this current setup in the sports world, pro athletes are working. That's their job, that's their profession. How do you practice the work from heart now with professional athletes?
Uh the model, my heart of a leader model kasi is an acronym for health, emotional intelligence, agility, resilience, and teammanship. So if you're an athlete, think about it. How important health, of course, you don't even have to belabor it. Physical fitness condition is important for an athlete. But emotional intelligence, how important is emotional intelligence for athletes, di ba? How many athletes do you know, Migs? And even in the NBA, there was a study. In fact, the commissioner Sterling was the one. Commissioner Silver was the one who said that they have a mental health or a loneliness epidemic even in the NBA. He said that in an interview several years back. So how important is emotional intelligence for athletes? Agility. How important is not only physical agility but mental agility, right? Your quickness, your ability to perceive situations changing, and your ability to change a direction with quickness and with speed. Diba? That's very important for athletes. Resilience, hindi na natin kailangan pag-usapan how important it is to have the ability to recover and bounce back and bounce forward for athletes, because losing is part of an athlete's job, right? So they have to understand how to be resilient. And of course, the teammanship, hindi na natin, that's very obvious. So the work from heart, the model works very, very well with athletes.
Coach Shot, right now, in this situation, of course, what have been your biggest kumbaga, realizations? I know that yun nga, sabi nyo nga, Coach, it hasn't been really, especially during the start of the lockdown. 1 year ago, you had to pivot right away. There were a lot of challenges, but what can you say were the biggest learnings that you've had so far, if we're going to take that from then and now?
Um, Several things. Well, perhaps the biggest is that it's everything. Everything is in a state of flux. That really, in this day and age, you have to be comfortable in the discomfort. You have to have the courage to make decisions in the face of uncertainty.
Right.
Kasi dati ganun ihintayin mo ayos lahat and then magdedesisyon ka pag sigurado you have all the info, all the analysis. Ngayon you don't. First of all, akala mo you have all the info, then tomorrow, di ba, we have some gurus are saying we're in the midst of another epidemic, the information epidemic, because the deluge of information now, grabe. Akala mo alam mo na lahat ngayon and then bukas may bago na naman. Di ba? So the most important thing, you have to be comfortable in this discomfort, in this ever-changing world, and then you have to have the balls and the courage to make those decisions, even when you don't have 100% of the information. So the courage to decide in the midst amidst all the uncertainty. So I think among everything, yun ang pinaka importante, and also the ability to keep your head when everyone around you is losing theirs. I think in this day and age, yun talaga yung pinaka-importante.
Now, Coach, now it's a Monday morning. It's a brand new work day, of course, for the most of the workforce. Coach, what do you usually advise? Of course, employees, yun nga, sabi ko, the workforce, especially when you go up against these new challenges like Monday, hitting targets, hitting quotas. Still, baka yung mga iba, meron pa ring challenges from online, etc. What is your basic, kumbaga, mantra for everyone?
Number one, and I don't know if you follow me on social media, if you saw my stories this morning, the first thing I did, the start the week, I was outside doing my road work. And then I came in to do my HIIT workout after that road work. So that's my number one thing that I advise to employees, to people who are in part of the workforce. The busier you are, the more you need to find time to break a sweat. The more work you have, the more you need to work out. That's the perfect way to start your week, with a good workout, or just a 15-20 minute walk outdoors. Just be part of nature and just clear your mind. If you do mindfulness, breathing exercises, the best thing that you can do to prepare yourself, if you have what we call the hell week, di ba? Na ang dami mong gagawin this whole week, yung iniisip mo pa lang, napapagod ka na. Well, the best way to attack that is with a good workout, with mindfulness, and to prepare yourself for the entire week. So sa akin, that's very very basic. Yun talaga sa akin, ang pinaka basic. Kasi kung hindi, for me, that helps to center me. The workout, when you physically sweat, it allows your body to release all of these chemicals, the endorphins, the serotonin. It sharpens your mind. It gives you better attention span, gives you more energy to do the work. And so for me, that's already a given. So if you're going to ask me what's my advice to everyone, this first thing, Monday morning, get out and move. And literally, figuratively, get out and move. If you can do a 10-15 minute walk, or a Zumba, or to just dance, put your phone into a nice whatever beat for music, just move and break a sweat. That's the best thing you can do to prepare yourself for the week. Then everything else, you all know this already. You know, put it in your mind. What are your priorities? Prepare your all of those things. Madali na yon. And you know, we can, if we have an entire workshop, we can go down the basics. But for me, workout, and again, check out my Instagram. If you follow me, I practice what I preach.
Mm. Coach Tot, maybe just to conclude this conversation, one of the biggest or maybe similarities of being a coach, being a CEO, being a parent is decision making. You mentioned about being comfortable in the times of uncertainty, and you have to make decisions, even if it, doesn't make you comfortable, even if it will compromise a lot of things. But you have to make those decisions for the right. How do you go in through that process when you weigh in pros and cons, diba? Pero kailangan ko magdesisyon eh. How, what is your, kumbaga, way in that, coach?
You have to understand who matters. You cannot please everybody. Whether you're a parent, an executive, or a sports coach, you cannot please everyone. So it has to be very important to you. Sino ba pinaka-importante? So who's going to, what is the decision that's going to be, perhaps it's not something that they will like, but which is the thing that they need the most, or that will benefit them the most. So sa akin, yun ang pinaka-importante, because a lot of times we don't want to make decisions kasi baka anong sabihin ni ganito, baka ano, we care a lot about what other people who don't give a blank about us think, di ba? A lot of times we're worried about making decisions kasi anong sasabihin ng mga tao, wala namang paki sa atin yung mga tao na yun eh. Di ba? So for me, the important thing is, you have to understand who really matters. Who are those people that matter to you, and those are the decisions that you make, the considerations that you make when you make those decisions. So whether you're a father, you're an executive, or a sports coach, that has to be very very clear to you. And if you're making your decisions from with pure intentions, with the best interest of those people who matter at heart, then I think you'll be fine. You may not always be correct, and it will not always be the popular decision. You are going to get bashed. Believe me, I know whereof I speak. You're going to get bashed for it. But in the end, I think the one learning about me is, I've gotten bashed, I've won championships, I've lost championships, I've gotten businesses that did well, I've gotten businesses that went under, but I'm here. You're asking me to speak, to guest here, because I'm still standing. I'm a survivor because I think for most of my career and my life, I've stood up for my beliefs, for what I think is right. And I've gotten in trouble for it. I've gotten bashed for it, but I'm here, and I can face anyone I can look at anyone in the eye and tell him that I've done my best. It wasn't perfect, but I've done my best.
A pleasure having you here on the show, Coach Shot Reyes. Coach Shot, lastly, Coach, if you want to give some shout outs, plugs, of course, for your online efforts, businesses, etc., go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, we continue with everything that we do as on in Coachcom. We're planning now a group mentorship, a group coaching masterclass, 3 months, where it's going to be we're going to meet once a week for 3 months, so that's like 12 weeks, 12 meetings, and that's very, very intense masterclass. Just get in touch, coach at chotreyes.com if you're interested. I think we still have a few slots left. But that's what we have in terms of public offering from Coachcom. Other than that, I'm shout out to all the companies that have given us their trust and their business. We constantly, continuously appreciate it. And shout out to again to my new old team, to the tropa. Looking forward to going to war and battling the new old challenges again with Boss MVP, Mr. Ricky Vargas, Mr. Al Panlilio, and of course all of my players and the coaching staff. We're really looking forward. Like I said, another challenge, and we're gonna see what happens. We're strapping in for an interesting ride.
All right, so Coach Shot Reyes, thank you very much for joining us here on Brewed Awakening. But before we go, just like to give a quick hello to Kim, John, Jeff, Vaughn, and of course Julian and Rand. Thank you so much for joining us here in Brewed Awakening. Coach Shot Reyes, again, thank you so much for joining us here. It is an honor to have you here on the show. We'd like to thank
My
Coach Shot
pleasure. Thanks
Reyes
for having me.
for gracing the program. I'm Mix Bustos. We'll see you again next week, only here on Brewed Awakening. Thanks, guys. Happy Monday.